What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your daily horoscope for Thursday, January 7th, 2021. Brian here, Fixed Air Moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. Welcome to the show. What a show went on yesterday at the Capitol building for that electoral count, huh? This is the times we're in now. With Uranus and Taurus getting these heavy squares from our two biggest planets and having Mars there in Taurus with it, this is our reality getting shaken up. This is Aquarius and Uranian energy to the max. So things are just going to look different. Our physical world is just going to look different. Things are going to happen out of the normal, and we're going to have Uranus come online direct. So Uranus is just stationed retrograde here, just kind of just ready to strike. So there's a lot of electricity that Uranus can bring, and it can just So this is the reality we're in right now, and that's why I'm saying we have to be strong with Mars and Taurus in our values, even if it's detriment Mars. But you know what? If we can push forward with our values in our own environment with the North Node in Gemini, you'll be fine. But if you want normal with all this Uranian Aquarian energy, have fun getting your world shattered and belief shattered, because we have to be very, very sharp, even with Saturn in Aquarius, and like go after innovation and go after different things in life, and be able to look at things from a different perspective. The old one is the old system it's not even the same thing anymore. So with that, we're going to have that moon in Scorpio today. It's going to start off the day early in the morning on the West Coast. It's going to start off with an opposition to that Mars in Taurus, having us really look at, these are two planets. The moon will be in fall position and Mars will be in detriment. This is us really looking at our values and what we need to learn to emotionally detach from, how we can take action for our deeper desires emotionally. This can bring up, let's say just heavy action that needs to be taken on what we need to let go of emotionally that might be holding us back from growth, from evolution, and making sure that, we are going after our true desires in the deepest sense of the way for what we want in our environments, for what we can make happen as individuals, and not just hold on and obsess over what the world used to be like. Because the more you the more you hold on to that paradigm, these are beliefs that can get shattered with Jupiter squaring Uranus. So it's interesting. That moon's also going to quincunx over to Chiron in Aries. So I think we're going to have to kind of find this weird, angle in our lives of really going after our true desires, making sure that we're merging with people that, don't look at us in a weird way. I think we have to make sure that our emotions, our emotional desires are we're not looking at them in ourself in like a really weird way. And I think that can be an interesting vibe. So there could be weird feelings brought up about our own self, our own independence, because of the actions and because of what we're seeing. And especially with Neptune semi-square Jupiter and Saturn, and semi-square Mars and Uranus and Taurus, like, we're not even seeing the full story of the reality. So don't let it take you out of, the transformation that you want to step into, that you want to go into the ultimate value of what can make your life better. We're not seeing the full story. There's so much going on behind the scenes. There's that whole thing yesterday was planned. And it's just, I don't know. I don't know if maybe I just see that. Maybe I'm nuts. I don't know. But it didn't seem natural the way, people were just in there, in the White House. This is comical. If you can't laugh at the world right now, and kind of laugh at what's playing out, you might go crazy. And, I just don't want to see anybody go crazy. So we almost just need to like kind of take a step back and look from another perspective and just be like, whoa, like, okay. Like, because that's the thing too, with Neptune getting all these semi-squares, it can really get us on a very sensitive emotional level and take us into a weird place. And we have a lot of earth in the chart right now. We have a lot of air. Those sensitive emotions, minus the moon, of course, being in Scorpio, those sensitive emotions will take you into a really weird, dark place. And I'm not saying don't have empathy and don't be emotional, but don't let the things outside of yourself dictate your emotional sovereignty, or take you into a weird, sensitive place of feeling like not empowered, because you are empowered. You are. So, I think we got to look deep. We got to look deep within ourselves and make sure that we're taking action for the things that are ultimately bringing us the value today, and not just getting lost in the chaos of the world, because like I said, there's more to come. This was just the beginning. Uranus is going to go direct on the 14th with Mars, squaring Jupiter, square Saturn. It's going to be a wild ride, and I think the more that you could focus on what, the beautiful life that you can have, the better. Venus is going to come from 28 degrees to 29 degrees today in Sagittarius. It's going to start making that sextile to Mars, and that's going to be tomorrow. And I think that that's a beautiful aspect that's building up between Mars and Venus. And, I think that we need to find that harmonious balance between where we're going, and then also when Venus comes into Capricorn at 0 degrees, which is, a powerful degree of Capricorn, making a degree, a trine over to the powerful degree of 0 in Taurus. Like, it is the foundation and how solid our relationships are, to be able to connect with the right people that are so important. And, whether it's a love relationship, a friendship, or, just the people in your life, like that stability to know that like you got each other through the chaos that the world's going through is such a saving grace. And I think that's a beautiful aspect that's building up. That sun's going to be at 17 degrees, moving towards 18 degrees of Capricorn. So we're going after our goals. And, I think that with the sextile over to Neptune, we're getting a lot of Neptunian vibes with a lot of things going, especially tomorrow when the moon trines Neptune. So there's so much Neptunian energy, and we can be overly sensitive to what we want to accomplish in our life, or we can be overly sensitive to the government with the sun in Capricorn. But we've got to look at our mountain individually, and what we can do to make our own environment better. And that's the way out of the chaos, is to get your world going in the direction you want, to have your own values in place, and to not let things outside of you dictate your values. I think that's so important. And, with the sun sextile Neptune too, it's like we're being very spiritually guided to do the right things for ourselves and to connect with the right people, especially, with even the harder aspects to Neptune. But sometimes it can feel weird, and it can feel like we're being taken out of that. But it is that ultimate connection that brings us closer to each other and ultimately closer to ourselves, which builds the best relationship, the strongest one that vibrates out, that connects us to what's going to innovate and take us forward with all this Aquarian energy and the people that we're going to connect with on that journey. Big times. Pluto's going to move to 28. It's actually going to move to 29 degrees today in Capricorn, so it's going to be at that anaretic degree of Capricorn, getting ready to come into Aquarius. And Mercury does like Aquarius, so it's a good place for Mercury to come into. I think we could be definitely focusing heavily on, parts of our journey and how we can get certain things accomplished in our life, trying to figure out the structure of this world in a big way. And it could feel like there's just so much going on in the world that you can lose track of your own goals and your own mission. And I think that that's, one of the most important things today, is not to lose track of that, not to get lost and look at yourself in a weird light, or your emotions of yourself in a weird light because of what's going on in the world. It's going to get shaken up. These next couple weeks here are just wild ones, and how can we make the best of it for ourselves, to go into the deeper aspects of our own emotions and our own world that are going to light things up and show us, the electricity of what we can create today. And I think that that's something that's very important to remember, is to not lose track of that, and to make sure that we're connecting to the right people. I really like this Mars-Venus trine. I think it's such a, it is the people and the relationships in our life that are one of the most beautiful aspects that we have right now, and being able to connect to them and being able to have that stability of the right people in your corner for whatever part of your life you're in, to help you get through it and to help show you the light and to help show you, the abundance that you can have, and to really like just be there, So we don't have to go through life alone, right? And even if we are alone, it's still being able to know that we can always get to the top by having our values on lock and by opening our doors to what's beautiful, to what's different. And I think that the more we're different in a day like today, coming off a day like yesterday, the more that we can look at things in a different light and go into this world knowing that it's shaking up, and things are changing rapidly. Uranus accelerates, and it's accelerating our physical world. It's accelerating Saturn with structures of our life. It's accelerating them in new directions, and it's accelerating beliefs, and just Aquarius, Uranus, things just have to be looked at differently. So go about today like ready to do something different that's going to better your life, that's going to open things up and show you your true desires from within, and also empower you to take action to go after those true desires, and not to hold on to old paradigms of what the world needs to look like, but to embrace what can be beautiful, to embrace what can bring you something amazing moving into this future. Card for the day is the Queen of Pentacles, upright. The Queen of Pentacles. She's a beautiful lady. We can have a beautiful world. Reality, sure, the world might be shaken up, but you have to ask yourself, sure, some people might go out and do the protest thing, or go out and, fight for what they believe in. But, how many, of all the people, how many people are doing that? I think more people are really focused on their own world, their own environment, and how beautiful they can make it, and the connections that they can have, and what they can find that's nurturing in life. And I think that that's the key, is like to, see the beauty of the world that you have created. I can sit in this chair all day in this little office corner, and I'm happy here. It's like I created this little space. I value my cards. I value my crystals. I'm happy. And I think that there's something about, all of us just finding that sort of, reality in our environment that does bring us the happiness, without just getting lost or taken out of our emotional sovereignty, or even like our own manifesting abilities because of a shaken up reality, which is what's going on in the world. So today's a good day to get the values on lock, to not hold on to old values that are not meaningful for what's going to help you manifest the life that you want in this world, but to be able to detach and let go, and move in and embrace new energy that's coming in to regenerate, that's coming in to show a more innovative way for the people, and to be in a very powerful place in your own world can make all the difference. I love you all very much. If you have not, please do check out my discount. It's going to be going on until Sunday the 10th. On my website for 33% off consultations with coupon code New Year, all caps. So I'll put that in the description. Also, after this week, I'm going to be doing all my horoscopes on my website for members. So I do hope that when I go and move my content over there, that you all join me. I love you all very much. I hope you have a great day. Reality's shaking up, but we almost have to be able to laugh in our own sovereignty, to know that we're ready to value the life that we have, and to not let things take us out of that sovereignty. I think that we can all make a really beautiful reality come to fruition, but it's just not going to be in the old system anymore. So I hope that we can all kind of come together in our own individuality during all this Aquarius energy and to see that. And, that is my greatest wish for everybody. Love you all. I will see you tomorrow. Peace.